What is going on, guys? Hope everybody had a I want to say a good Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the freedoms that people fought and gave everything for. Me and Bronte took the time to go down to a national cemetery where a lot of our war heroes are laid to rest, and it is truly a breathtaking experience. I recommend everybody go. They're open to the public all the time, so go check one out local. We have one in Sarasota here, and it's truly awesome. Such a great memorial. So cool to see. But hope you guys all enjoyed some of the freedoms. You know, when you have your hot dogs on the grill, that is enjoying your freedom. So hope you guys are doing that. But aside from that, got two cars here. That car, I actually have, I got a question. I got some stuff going through my head. I have some input I need from you guys. Before we get into that, let's talk about safety. Not just my safety, but also yours. Our sponsor for this video, NordVPN. NordVPN is more than just your typical VPN. It blocks malware, dangerous files, trackers, malicious ads. NordVPN is not like those old school, terrible pop-up windows that you get on your computer that are talking about virus protection. This is actually blocking things before they get to you. When you go to unsecured websites or places that, you know, maybe a little shady, maybe worried about them stealing your data or putting something on your computer, this will fix it. It secures your IP address so that only you can see that you're searching on these websites and not anybody else. And that goes for every website. You just want to be able to search with privacy, no matter what you're doing, no matter what country you're in, no matter what. The privacy factor is huge. Nobody wants to worry about, oh, who's taking my information today, and that is huge for me. I am always vigilant of information going out, coming into my computer, my phone. You sit down at the coffee shop, you connect to their Wi-Fi, and suddenly, boom, it's like a feeding frenzy, and everybody's trying to steal your information. Don't let that happen. NordVPN can block your IP address, along with 100 other beneficial things that they can do. There's so many good benefits to having something like this and having the security and peace of mind of a VPN. So if you guys want to get NordVPN today, I got a link for you guys. Definitely check it out. They got deals going on right now. Really helpful, really useful. Safety and security on the internet is more important than ever. I really think you guys should look into getting a VPN and check out NordVPN because they are doing what we all really need to be done. This car, you guys saw last time we left the track after one hit. It did okay on the first hit as far as the leave and everything, but it was just a little slow. But we can get that to be a little better. I did order a flex fuel kit for it, so we are going to be switching it over to flex fuel, which is ethanol as you want. So basically it's a sensor, you put ethanol in your fuel tank, and the ECU knows what to do from there. But this car, this is something I've gone back and forth with a lot on this car because, as you guys can see, it's got this bumper back here, this beautiful bumper. But let's talk about what's going on in here. So look at all this. This is the back side of the bumper. So the air basically just hits the back side of the bumper. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let me get a flashlight. So like, look at that area. Like, this is a gigantic area back here, and there's a lot of air that's just gonna come off the back of the car and just kind of pool up back there, and I imagine that's basically acting as a large parachute. Here's my EWP 150 from Davis Craig, and those pumps are awesome. Highly recommend them. Aside from that though, this back area, so you guys will see Honda guys will cut like 3 holes on each side to get that air out. My buddy Tick Grubworm, he had a big underbelly pan made that fixes his, but to me that just seems really excessive to have a whole tray done just to, you know, keep it from, you know, pooling up air, because it's gonna be pretty difficult to seal everything, like all this, in my opinion, feels like it would be difficult to seal. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know what the best answer is. I mean, I do need to get to this because like right here is where I drain the water, right here is where I drain the catch can. So it's tough. Like I don't know what to do. So I figured I'd throw it out there to see what you guys think. I've thought about the 3-hole, like get a carbon fiber plate like they sell, just put 3 holes there, call it a day on either side, try to make it look as nice as possible, but I don't know if it'll ever look good. I'm very torn on what to do because I want to stop this from being a dead area slowing down the car. I'd like to make it more aerodynamic if possible. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe this hole right here is enough, but I just feel like there's got to be so much air getting caught up right there. I don't know. You guys throw it down in the comments. What do you guys think? You think this hole is enough, or do you think a couple holes on the car would help a lot? I feel like I need a couple holes to help, but I don't know. I'm very torn. The engine, obviously you guys know, the crank is getting machined. We will have more information hopefully this week on that, but aside from that, I gotta get this car up on jack stands and start tweaking away on things. I want to drain all the fuel out, and then something else I gotta do. I'll check my list, but there's more things I gotta do. I really need new front tires too because these are cooked, but it's not that big of a deal. Well, nice and simple to drain all the fuel out. All I had to do was hook this random fuel line I had up to the fuel pressure regulator, undo the one that goes to the fuel rail, and hot wire the pump a little bit, and filled up 2 tanks. So, well, 1.5. So it's about, that's probably 6+ gallons in that one because it's over full, and this one's probably about 3, so 9 gallons in there ish, and all that's gone. So now to put this thing up, start getting prepped for my ethanol sensor, and hopefully that thing will be here tomorrow because I want to get this thing tuned on E because I like ethanol. Ethanol is freaking great, but time to get to work on. Okay, so here's the kit, just came in. This is, got it from ECU Masters. I don't know if it's their kit. I just did some searching and I found this one on the internet and it looked like a pretty good kit. It has a harness, it has a little bracket, has 2 fittings, and it mainly the harness. That was what I really wanted, and it obviously has the sensor. It was relatively cheap compared to other ones, and I guess it comes with an airhead, so not bad. But this should be able to go easily into place. It has the 2 fittings already, which is nice. I just need 2 -6 straights, which I believe I should have, hopefully. It is going on the return side, so it shouldn't be a restriction, and it's just going to be on the return side, so it'll be a little delayed, but shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so I don't have the correct fittings. I thought I did. I tried, I checked, but regardless, I can still wire it before I have it, so I know where the fuel line is, obviously. It's in the car already plumbed. So I just really need to figure out where the sensor is going to go, zip tie this harness to it, and then run it into the engine bay or into the car where I can pick up some 12-volt ground and power. Probably, I don't know where the pin is yet, but I got to figure out exactly what pin the trigger needs to go into. It is a input into the ECU, and then the ECU corrects from there. So 1 input donated to Flex Fuel. Okay, so I finally broke down and ordered one of these. I've been kind of putting it off for a while now. I can get it out with one hand, see if I'm capable, see if it's even in the box. So 2-6 straight fittings and 1 something else. They could come out. Let's see how good this thing is. So it's an AN line cutter. It's a pretty small one. I didn't go for the big dog. This one was the one that was in stock ready to ship next day, so I ordered it. 44 bucks. heard these are pretty good, so I'll give this a try, and especially because the lines are already in the car, so I don't want to use any kind of reciprocating cutter or anything that could potentially make a spark. So this seems like the best, easiest route. See how it is. So it is a braided hose cutter. I've often bought things and they don't do exactly what they say they do, but I have faith. Hopefully for 40 bucks, this thing does it. It definitely should be able to cut -6. If it couldn't cut like a -8, -10, I would understand a little bit more, but this thing's gotta be able to cut -6. So now that we have all of our fittings, we can give it a go. I started wiring it up a little bit. I ran the wires underneath into the engine bay, and then I did some research last night to figure out exactly how to pin it. So right to here is where the 3 wires run. So here's a little piece of -6 to test. This is exactly what I used. Not too bad. Not terrible. Not my best, not my favorite way to cut, but not terrible. Let me try another. Beautiful. Okay, now here is the length. It is pretty long once it has all the fittings on there, so definitely got to cut it pretty short on the hose wide. Like, I got to cut a good amount of hose out, but shouldn't be too difficult to do as long as these cutters can cut it clean enough to where I can lay under there and put these on. Pain in the butt not having the hose out of the car to do it. I have to lay under there and do it, but it's not that bad. So okay, let's see how much of a mess this is gonna make of me. See if I get coated in petroleum. Okay, so I want to put it like right here, right behind the frame rail. So I just basically have to make a cut and hope I can take it from there. Oh gosh. Oh, there wasn't that much fuel. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, I'll say it. The cutter worked great, and this was definitely one of those jobs where you kind of build it up in your head. You're like, oh, this is gonna be a pain in the butt, all this stuff. Not that bad. Not that bad to splice in a sensor. I tested it. It held fluid, I believe. Gotta double check once it's running, but it seems like it did. Not 1000% sure yet. It's just zip tied up right now. It's not mounted, but it's actually not going anywhere for the moment. It does have a mounting hole, but this is a single pane floor, so it's a little thin. I was thinking about just tacking it onto there, but I don't know. So now I just have to pin it into the ECU, get a tune, and we're good to go. Talking to Alpha right now about trying to get some tuning going and see if he has some time in his schedule to add a little more spice to this, what would you call it? This clean unit. And that's a fair term, but yeah, pretty good. So definitely pretty happy with how that came out. It flows nicely. You don't really even notice it. It's pretty well up there, but I'll still make it a little better, but not too bad. Even if I just put one like self-tapper in. I don't love self-tappers, but I've used a couple of them at this point. So, heck yeah. Now it's just time to wire it to the ECU, and we are freaking good to go. Okay, well, it is in, it's wired up. I just need to work on the configurations in the computer and then get it from there. It wasn't reading just right, but I don't truly know what I'm doing, so I need to do some more research and exactly get the settings right, make sure I got the wiring right, but it is wired in. If I do have to move around like a pin or two, shouldn't be difficult, but yeah, good on that. So that's enough for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are putting flex fuel on your car, I highly recommend it. Ignite ethanol is my favorite to run, and I would recommend you guys all run it. That's what I plan to be running here shortly in this thing, as soon as I get all the settings right. But that's not really a huge issue until I have dynoing confirmed, because I'm talking to Alpha, put it back on the dyno in the next couple days so we can make some more power and then bring it to the track. Squeeze some more out of it on ethanol, that would be awesome. Should be definitely doable. I don't see why not. It should be able to, he had it so mild on the 93 that the swing to ethanol I think is going to be pretty huge. So hopefully this is our ticket into the mid-9s, because that's what we need. I don't think it's going to go quite mid-9s, but I think it's going to get very close now. All right, and that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, hope you guys learned a thing or two on this video about some flex fuel stuff and how to put it in. I didn't really teach all that much, I guess, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time. Before we go, let's talk to our boy Bowser over here. How you doing, Bow? You look like you were out in the rain yesterday. It was raining pretty hard on you. He has plenty of places he can be in the yard, but he does like to be out in the rain sometimes.